happening down here in Central Ybor. Pretty hot, pretty hip, pretty happening. However, not quite as cool as what's going on in the Creative Loafing.
We have David here.
S-E-G-U-E
Is this your first time here this year?
No, this year. Okay, this year's pretty young. It might
This
be.
year's only 2 shows. You
Well,
weren't here
Happy
last
New
week.
Year.
Last week, I have no idea.
Joining David,
I
we
don't
have
either.
we have Amanda
I don't
Schurr
remember
and
last week.
I don't
we
either.
had Alex on last week.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, you'll
Yeah.
pick it.
Caucus.
Yeah.
There you go.
Cool
Yes.
cat.
Joining
I like that.
David,
You got
we
a haircut. You got a haircut.
Yeah.
Nice haircut.
There you go.
Doesn't look like
can we
he's
get
a
on with the segment,
streetwalker.
please, Rob? There is a purpose
I
from
was just
here.
chatting with David here. We just
About Alex's coiffure.
his coiffure. He
Joining
got his wig
David,
filed.
we have Amanda Schurr and Joel Rozen, who are joining us by telephone. Amanda and Joel, can you hear us all right?
Yeah, we can.
Hey there, Amanda and Joel.
Hello.
Well, welcome to Media Talk. Thank you very much for calling in. I know how busy you guys must be, but you guys are here to
Well,
discuss.
how do you know how busy they must be?
Because they work for the Creative Loafing, and David's a tyrant. Of course they are.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense then. All right. Sorry about that, guys.
And they work for a different editor than me, so and he's even worse, right?
Oh.
Is
Amanda
that
and Joel?
Max down there still?
Yes.
But you guys are here to talk about Craptastic television.
Craptastic
Sorry,
television.
Craptastic's a
Craptastic
whole other kind of television.
That's
television.
That's right. It's
cable.
fantastic.
It's
Tell us what,
Sorry,
for people who haven't read the
It's a
cover
little
story.
awkward down here. Yeah. Basically, we had that cover story that Amanda and I divvied up, and actually Amanda oversaw it. She's our newest writer. She's our Cub events editor, and so she actually took control because she is the most knowledgeable about TV.
Hey, you know, though, I got to tell you what NBC's doing here to bump up the ratings a little bit with the whole Deal or No Deal and adding the $1 million and all that stuff. You think that's Craptastic TV, or is that halfway decent, mediocrely warm
let's
Craptastic
describe
TV?
what Craptastic
Deal or No
TV
Deal
is
is like the Ne plus ultra of Craptastic. It's more astic or tastic than crap, I think. It's a stupid show. It makes no difference. It's like watching the lottery thing where the woman rolls the balls around, but it's just perversely fascinating. I think what Amanda read an interesting story about how all of these game shows now are the kind of the last refuge of has-been stand-up comics, right, Amanda?
I like Jeff.
Absolutely, yeah. It's an interesting thing these days because you see the Bob Saget's of the world, and obviously Howie Mandel, and people who were, for all intents and purposes, pretty irrelevant, in speaking of entertainment-wise, and now they come back, and especially on these game shows, which we kind of got into, that the trivia is gone. There's not even knowledge that's required now. It's picking a number, any number, picking a suitcase. So it's taking any sort of intellect out of it whatsoever, and it just seems to be the trend. And then, of course, yes, you toss in the stand-up comedian, and apparently you've got a hit on your hands.
You don't think Ellen being on the show last night wasn't thinking through the process, like going, I don't know, Ellen's got number 4. They'd never give her the $1 million because that seems like it's loaded. Do you think that do you think those shows are rigged? Do you think that Deal or No Deal is rigged?
I think
That's an
I
aside.
think that everything to an extent is rigged. It's even the reality shows that they're saying aren't scripted. There's editing involved. There's scripting involved. Somebody's still tweaking the strings. So I don't know. I'm sure there's some sort of game show rule heaven or something where that you can't violate some sort of mandate. But to an extent, I'm sure they tweak with it a bit.
What were some of your top 10 or the top ones that you found were just craptastic?
As far as ones that I actually enjoyed, and I didn't want to admit it, I actually got a kick out of Crowned. I thought that was pretty hilarious.
Really? The one about the beauty pageant?
So I'm sure the producers got a kick out of it, but somehow I don't think the mothers and daughters that were competing in that beauty pageant sounded all that funny, how they came out after it was all said and done.
Oh, that was pathetic. That's craptastic TV right there.
Definitely.
Wow.
Well, for anybody else who wants to read the full article, they need to go pick up your Creative Loafing, and obviously it's in the Sarasota market this week.
It's also it's in both markets.
It's in both markets.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you
Wonderful.
very much for calling in, Amanda and Joel. I can't wait to meet you guys in person. Hopefully you guys can come up soon.
You guys got to make a trip up here one Thursday and come up, make a little face on the show.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Bye, guys.
So, David.
Up already.
Oh, they had hung up
Yeah,
already
just let them
before
know
you?
that they got to come up here and visit with us a little bit in person.
I will.
That'd be nice. We'll
should
expense
drag
it.
Max along.
Yeah, oh no, bring Max up too
Right.
for old time's sake. We'll just
Right.
put a whole crew together.
That's
It'll be
right.
good.
So, but before we leave you, David,
You're going to leave me?
No, we're not leaving you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Leaving
Big
you.
weekend starts this weekend, and it rolls into a whole bunch of festivities and stuff. What are some of the
Gasparilla is getting itself rolling this weekend with a kids parade, and there's a couple of really good shows.
Is it rolling
around.
or floating?
They're
Good question.
floats that roll.
What's the right verb? There's a great show at Tampa Bay a couple of great shows at Tampa Bay Performing Arts Center this week. There's a ballet version of Pirates of Penzance, which is supposed to be equally parts really funny.
I saw that,
and also kind of dancey. But I saw The Drowsy Chaperone, which maybe people have been on here talking about.
Yes.
It's the musical now at Tampa Bay, and I really recommend it. It's a great time.
You liked it?
Yeah.
Very good.
That's on, I think, through Sunday. 2 performances Sunday. Yeah.
And then also you have the Tampa Museum of Art tomorrow night.
Yeah, that should be a great event.
Huge avant-garde sponsored event.
It's the last big art show there before they bash the whole place down, and so they set some artists loose inside in the museum to do installations. Megan, who you'll talk to later, our art critic, she compared being in the space to like those dreams where when you were a kid, where you go into a high school and all the teachers are gone.
Yeah.
And so this is what it was like for the artist, and it might be like that for the people who attend the thing.
There are so many things going on this weekend. Pick up your Creative Loafing. You can find everything about the art museum from Gasparilla to the Tampa Bay Performing Arts Center. So please go and check it out. Thank you very much. Happy New Year. It's good to see you.
You too.
Happy New Year. Don't be a stranger, young man.
I shan't.